Muhammad Abdul Rauf, aka Chris Jackson. Yeah, it's your boy Chefbaker, and we're back with a different video. Today's video is going to be a reaction video. We're going to be reacting to Jimmy High Roller. Shout out to Jimmy High Roller. We're going to be reacting to his video. Is history repeating itself? So basically in this video, somehow, some way, he's going to be comparing current NBA players to old NBA players. And let's see if we can guess some. Let's see, do we agree with the comparisons? But can you do your boy a favor? Can you like my video? Can you subscribe to the channel? And can you share the video? That'd be much appreciated. Now let's get into the reaction. You feel me?
There ever been a player throughout NBA history quite like Nikola Jokic?
I don't know, you tell me.
Give you a quiet 30 a night, passes the ball like he's got eyes on the back of his head, and can dominate games without getting more than 6 inches off the ground. What about Steph? There's been countless great shooters throughout the league's history, but what about a shooter who can come off of screens and hit shots from 30 feet out while being chased down like a criminal? I've always wondered if players like these are truly one-of-ones, or if the blueprint for these players was laid out years ago. But today, I found my answer. While doing some research, I found this website called Crafted NBA. It has some of the most advanced NBA data available today, and with this data, they have created some interesting algorithms and predictive models. One of them being their...
Bruh, definitely gonna be checking out this video, or excuse me, definitely gonna be checking out this website when I get a chance, because I'm curious too. Like, I'm gonna just start putting in random players and see what I can get.
Their historical similarity app. Within their database is every single season by every single player who played at least 500 minutes in the NBA since 1978. Choose any player and the site will give you a complete scouting report with a bunch of stuff. Shot quality, free throw rate, offensive load, portability, a crafted offensive and defensive plus minus, and every other convoluted metric you can possibly conjure up. It gives every player a value for each metric based on their performance and then rates them based on where they rank compared to other players across the league. For example, Nikola Jokic is about as good as it gets when it comes to shooting efficiency, playmaking, and offensive versatility. Now, here's the catch. This algorithm takes all of these ratings and percentiles and compares them to their entire database to find the most similar player throughout NBA history. And guess what? There was a player like Nikola Jokic in the NBA years before he came into the league.
Who was that?
His name was Larry Bird.
I can see that.
I didn't just run Jokic through this similarity app. I ran it for Luka and Giannis and Steph and LeBron and Durant and a lot of other players to find the most similar players of the past to our biggest stars of the present. And some of their comparisons may surprise you.
What up, 12?
Luka Donic, an excellent player, can score, pass, rebound, but is he a one-of-one?
Luka? If I had to pick for Luka, I'd probably pick James Harden.
We've seen these attributes and skills in many other greats of the past. Crafty, versatile, oversized perimeter players. For me, his doppelganger has always been Prime Harden. But what are the numbers?
We here, Jimmy. We here.
Well, Crafted NBA's similarity app has the answer. And according to over a dozen advanced metrics that lay out the very specific and unique facets of Luka's game and production, he is actually most similar to a young Tracy McGrady with a
Tracy McGrady? Okay.
similarity score of 85%.
Wait a minute. Tracy? Okay. Yeah, but Luka's passing and playmaking though, like, I wouldn't think Tracy McGrady. And then that's the case, then you trying to 2004 Tracy McGrady. Okay. So that's the case, then you trying to tell me Luka is close to a Kobe Bryant? Like, come on, bro. Like, Kobe Prime, people say he ain't passed the ball. Luka is the opposite of that. So, all right.
Specifically, a young McGrady in 2004.
We'll see.
Although Luka is a better passer and McGrady shot more threes relative to the league at the time, these two have striking similarities with their shot quality and offensive creation. Luka is a better rebounder, but defensively they fall within the same exact percentile of sub-average, with an offensive game that more than makes up for it. The next most similar players for Luka were 2005 Kobe Bryant, 2000 Grant Hill, and 2005 Mike Bibby. Now, Giannis
Agent Zero
has cemented himself as an all-time
Giannis, I got David Robinson.
all-time talent over the last half-decade. But similar to Luka, we've seen this player before. In today's league, it's difficult to find an appropriate comparison as physically imposing and athletic bigs have seemed to become a thing of the past. So that's where we'll go to find the most similar player. And I'm sure you can guess who it is. According to the Similarity app, the most similar
they got
player
David
to
Robinson.
Giannis is 2006 Kevin Garnett.
KG? But yeah, they got David Robinson over there. David Robinson, 84%. But the biggest match is KG. Like KG, that mid-range was lethal now. And KG was a better rebounder than Giannis. But they similar?
With a similarity score of 85%. A phenomenal post scorer who also led the league in rebounding, was not limited to the paint but operated within it most of the time, and was one of the league's best, most versatile defenders with his length and athleticism. In fact, Giannis and prime KG aren't just similar, they are almost identical, with offensive and defensive metrics that are almost impossible to tell apart. KG was a better shooter and rebounder, but every other metric is virtually the same.
Yo, look at the gap. Oh my God. Is he really that? Like, bro, hold on. Y'all see that? You see that rebounding gap? Like, oh my God. Like, Giannis, I think, well, Giannis, I mean, KG was getting around, what, 13, 14? So, okay. Jesus, that's a big gap. I mean, Giannis get around, like, what, 9, 10? All right. All right. Oh, my bad. All right, go ahead.
From their efficiency to their offensive versatility to their passing. The next most similar players to Giannis are 1993 David Robinson, 1993 Karl Malone, and 2002 Tim Duncan. Next, I wanted to take a look at a player who might actually be a true one-of-one. Steph Curry has taken a skill set that was crafted and polished by sharpshooters that came before him and perfected it. But who before him was the closest thing to what we see from Curry today?
So there's two people, right? Ray Allen. Ray Allen was probably the closest thing you could, especially younger Ray Allen, closest thing you can see to Steph Curry. And there's another guy. I want to see if they're going to bring the other guy up.
Any guesses? Here's a hint. It's the other greatest shooter of all time.
All right, Ray
if you
Allen.
said Ray Allen,
Yeah.
you'd be correct. But not this Ray Allen or this Ray Allen, but this one. 2001,
Yeah.
young, flying around the court, pull up off
Facts.
the dribble, Ray Allen. With the highest similarity score yet of 88%. Curry and a young Ray Allen expectedly share most things in common. Their all-time great shooting efficiency and shot quality, their offensive portability, and their perfectly average defense. Curry is a better playmaker and is capable of carrying a heavier offensive load.
For 88% for Ray Allen, that is crazy. Age is 0, I can see that. I can see a little bit of Chauncey Billups, but yo, listen, especially in college, Muhammad Abdul-Rauf, aka Chris Jackson, LSU, like yo, look him up, and he should be on this list. He should be on there with Gilbert Arenas, Burrows, Chauncey Billups, like Muhammad Abdul-Rauf. Yes, look him up. Yeah, that boy. Yeah.
But their uncanny similarities as shooters and shot creators, and even defenders, makes them the most similar players to one another. Interestingly enough, the next most similar player to Curry is offensive juggernaut 2007 Gilbert Arenas, followed by 1998 Dana Barros and 2003 Chauncey Billups. Next, I took a look at a player with the size and skills that we often see in all-time greats. The versatile wing that is Jason Tatum. Similar to his contemporaries of the past,
Let me see. JT. Shit, I don't even know. Maybe Tracy McGrady.
Tatum can do just about everything on the court at an elite level. He can score on all three levels, he can run an offense, has great defensive instincts, has the size and athleticism to turn most defenders into a mismatch. And when I think of these traits, there's a lot of players that come to mind.
Ooh,
But
Charlotte
according to the
Lewis?
Similarity app, the closest thing to Jason Tatum is 2010 Kevin Durant. With the
Okay, I can see KD. I can see KD, but Rashard Lewis, that's a good comparison. T-Mac, I guess Danny. If you don't know about Danny Granger, look up before he got hurt, bro. Danny Granger was like that. And Paul Pierce, the truth was like that. So I self to decide, I see what you did there. You know what I'm saying? But and Rashard Lewis, that's a gem. Rashard Lewis and Danny Granger. That's a gem.
The similarity score of 83%. Looking at a young KD's metrics is almost like looking at some 2K creation with maxed out stats. Offensively, he didn't have a weakness, and his defensive metrics suggest he was fairly underrated on that side of the ball. And although not quite as staggering, Tatum's metrics paint a similar picture. A great shooter who can get to the line at will and can carry a team with his versatility and ability to create offense. The next most similar players to Tatum are 2007 Rashard Lewis, a young 2004 Tracy McGrady, and one of my favorite niche borderline stars of the 2000s, 2009 Danny Granger. Next, I wanted to take a look at one of the most polarizing stars in the league today, and a player with a game reminiscent of some of our favorites from the past, Ja Morant. When I watch Ja play, I can't help but to see a lot of young Derrick Rose and Russell Westbrook. It's the obvious comp, the springy, fast twitch guard who can get to the rim whenever he wants, while keeping his elite playmaking skills intact. But what do the numbers say? Well, according to the Similarity app, the closest player to present-day Ja Morant is actually a young Steve Francis, with a similarity score of 83%.
Ooh, the franchise. Ooh. People, we forget about the franchise. Ooh, I like that comparison. Okay. And a young Kobe, Froby. Okay. 2002 Kobe. Okay, I can see. Okay, Ja Morant, you got an upside. B-Roy, them injuries, can't stand injuries, Sessions and Tyreek, but franchise, I can see that. I can see that franchise.
Both Morant and the franchise have questionable shot selection and are quite limited as stars in their specific role on offense. But they make up for it by being elite at that specific role, keeping defenses on their heels by getting to the line at an incredible rate despite their size. Excellent rebounders and among the best at carrying an offense and creating open looks for their teammates. Of all the comps I've heard for Ja Morant, a young Steve Francis maybe came up once or twice, but it's a great comparison. And the numbers would agree. The next most similar players to Ja are 2002 Kobe, 2008 Brandon Roy, and 2010 Tyreek Evans. Now, thinking of comps for this next player has always been a tough task, since he has been truly a unicorn of a talent for the last decade and a half. And that's Kevin Durant. When he rose to stardom 15 years ago, there wasn't a single player like him.
No.
Fast forward, and to this day, there still isn't a single player quite like him. But if we are looking for size and an incredible shooting touch and elite offensive versatility, specifically akin to this older, more efficient version of Durant that we see today, then look no further than 2010 Dirk Nowitzki, who revolutionized the power forward position with his shot-making ability and has a similarity score of 84% with Kevin Durant. And
I guess you could say when it comes to Dirk, besides the dribbling, but the height, the shooting ability, especially young Dirk when he was really mobile, but he wasn't as mobile in 2010, but 2000 we know what happened in that championship. But yeah, I can see that.
And across the board, Durant and Dirk share eerily similar offensive and defensive metrics. The main differences are Durant's absurd shooting efficiency and the fact that he handles the rock a bit more than Dirk did, which leads to a higher turnover percentage. But outside of that, they're a match. Big guys who can score on all three levels at an all-time rate, possess guard-like skills to be the centerpiece of an offense while maintaining the integrity of their 7-foot frame with rebounding and switchability. The next most similar players are 2011 Paul Pierce, 1987 Kevin McHale, and 1989 Tom Chambers. And for our last player comp, we have a player that has spent his entire career getting compared to a guy who plays nothing like him. In terms of success and greatness, LeBron and Jordan are the obvious yin and yang. But in terms of play style and on-court metrics, they aren't very similar at all. One is a jack of all trades with playmaking instincts. The other is a two-way pure scorer. To find the most similar player to current-day LeBron, we have to look for size and passing in an all-around scoring package, which, according to the Similarity app, is 1988 Larry Bird, with a
1988 Larry Bird. I mean, besides the athleticism, yeah, you got Bird, Magic. I can see that. I also can see Jokic, but also like because of the passing, Jokic is on that level too.
similarity score of 84%. Now, looking at Prime Bird's metrics, you would think I made a mistake on this graphic, but I didn't. He was just that good. Virtually no weaknesses in his game, reaching at least the 95th percentile of all players in the league in the majority of these metrics.
All right. So listen, we still got some video left for Jimmy High Roller's video. If you want to finish watching the video, go to Jimmy High Roller's page. Look at the video, drop a like on this video. I think this was a good video. I think this site is dope. And I think I'm going to go look at the site myself and see what type of comparisons I can find, see what type of, historic numbers, whatever. I just want to mess with the site myself and see what I can find in the site. You know what I mean? But anyway, I appreciate y'all for watching this reaction video. Think about doing more reactions. If you like the video, drop a like on it, share the video. If you agree with some of the comparisons or you disagree with any of the comparisons, drop a comment, leave a comment. Let me know what you agree, what you disagree with. Let me know what you want me to react to after this. Drop that in the comments, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.